In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a new form. You just go to your login to your email, and then you click here Google Apps, and you can go down and click Forms, and this will appear. What you do is that scratch, or you can choose a template if you want. So you can see the templates here, and then click. I will click blank. Okay, I can name the form whatever I want. You can just name your own form if you want. You can add a description under the form, what form is about. If you want, it's optional. Add your text. Add a question here if you want. You can click that. You can type in a question. This is option 1. So for example, I can say, so I can just add multiple choices to it if I want. Short answer, paragraph, checkboxes, so anything I want. So what I'll do is I'll just I can type in I can just click here add option. I can type in banana, add image of that thing as well. If I want to add, I can add image with the text. So you can add as many options as you want if you want to add that, and you can also delete that if you want. I'll just delete that. Okay, you can undo that as well if you want, and you can add a video if you want from YouTube. You can search, or you can add it to URL. You can paste a video here if you want. You can add a section, a new section. It will be section 2, a second page, or a new section to it. Okay, so these are things you can move the section if you want. So you can bring it down maybe, or move this up, for example, if you want, or down. So you can just see section 1. You can move this up or down you want. You can save it. Okay, you can reorder them. You can customize the theme. It's purple, you can put it to blue, green. I'll put it to green. You can choose an image, background image. These are background colors. The font, you can choose the font if you want. I've just changed the font, decorative font maybe, or playful font if you want. You can add the color of the theme, choose the image of the header. The image will appear here, and so that what you can preview it if you want. So you can preview it here. You can click next, and then you can click, and then you can just submit it if you want. Submit another response. So you can do that. Then you can also restrict to users. You can limit to 1 response if you want. So you can change the settings of this one. Okay, and then you can also send this or email this to somebody you want in your you want to email this form to somebody. You can email it. You can share it to Facebook, share form via Facebook, Twitter, or you can just copy the link or shorten the link. Okay, you can short the link, and you can just copy that and paste it to wherever you want, your browser or your website. You can just copy from here, and you can you can just copy the whole link or shorten link if you want. So you can send the form somewhere else, folder, whichever folder you want to move it in or save this form in. You can do that. You can just add a question from here. Okay, and if you want to duplicate that, you can click duplicate. So for example, if I choose this question, and that we have created, if I want to duplicate it, I'll just click duplicate, and it will create 2 the same questions again. So I can just click duplicate to just save time. If you want to change the question type, you can um, click, click the down arrow, and you can click short answer. So there'll be person can type in answer, short text answer. Okay, and if you want to change it to paragraph, you can write the answer it like that instead of in multiple questions. You can change it to multiple choices if you want. You can change it to check boxes. Okay, drop down, file upload. Okay, so you can upload the file if you want. I'll just continue with that. Okay, so a person can upload the file to answer this question, and you can change the sizes, maximum file size is acceptable, or maximum number of files. Okay, and that people can upload. So you can do that if you want. You can add linear scale, which is um, from 1 to 5 or whatever. You can add multiple choice grid. So multiple choice grid, you can add that. You can have the tick box grid if you want. You can have the date. Okay, you can set the date if you want, date, time, year. Okay, for example, if somebody wants to ask your date of birth in the form, so what's your date of birth? Date of birth. So you can just add that to the form, and then they can just click this calendar and answer it. You can add the timing if you want. So there are different layouts, or different for date of birth. Some forms ask for date of birth, so they'll add this function. Some want to ask you ID or utility bill or scanned item, so they will have this option on the form. So they will have multiple choices. If they have 4 choices given or 3 choices, you have to tick one. Or if you have to answer if you're a male or female, you just click that button. So um, there are choices. So if somebody wants to ask, like for example, male or female, okay, and then that will include, sorry, I've just, that will include option. So it will be so you can just, it suggests you can add all if you want. Okay, and I'll just remove that. And okay, so prefer not to say female, male, so you can just add that multiple questions. Okay, so for date of birth you can add the calendar. Okay, so these kind of things you can play around with. And then whenever you're done with it, or you want to preview it, you can just preview it through this one, so it will show you how it will appear. You can also you can shuffle the options if you want. I will just, you can shuffle that. Or option order, you can go to section based answer. Okay, if you want, you can write the description. So you can just add the description to this. So you can ask further to this as well. You can add anything if you want. So it gives you more um, it gives you more thing. So if it's required, or they can't skip the option, so if it's a must thing to fill in a form, you can just slide this. So which means that they can't submit the form without answering this question. But here I haven't, I didn't do that, so they can skip this question if they want. So this is very important in a form. Okay, you can delete from here if you want, and that's duplicate. Okay, and I will just save it. Like, it's saved already. Actually, it's saving in the drive. That's fine. That's great. So it says after section 1, it says go to next section, which is this one. And I will just preview this now. And this is a must question which is required. Okay, so I can't move ahead without this. If I click next, it won't let me ahead of it. So I have to click female, for example. Then I can click next. I can skip all that because it's not required. I can submit that. I can choose the form settings. I can just go here and so I can allow respondents to edit after submit, so they can edit the form if they want. So I can restrict to users info@login.com and trusted domain. I can limit to one response only. So there will be respondents who will be responding to this one will be required to sign into Google. I can collect email addresses. I can click this response receipts. So if anyone requests a copy of this, a copy of their response, um, then they can just tick it, and I can just click always, or I can just click if they want. So I will just save this first, and I will preview it again, and I will just fill the form, click next, and I'll just I can just say in the form, send me a copy of my response, submit. So it will send me a copy of my response, and then I can just go back to settings. I can go to I can say show progress bar, shuffle question order. I will save that, and I will have a look how it changes. I can edit the response because I've allowed the person to do that. Okay, and I can go to quiz. I can make this a quiz. Okay, so I can make it a quiz and give marks at the end. So I can give it to turns on email collection, so later after manual review, or I can put it to immediately after each submission. So I can allow people to see correct answers, point values, and miss questions if I want. Okay, so you can see and you can fix the changes at the end, and you can see responses to each question. From here you can see all the responses that you've got. People have responded, so whatever people have responded, whoever have submitted their answers, you can just have a look. It will appear here. You can download the responses by clicking this thing, download the response, print the response, delete the response. You can see the destination and get email notifications for new responses. So from here you will get, and then you can just have a look what people think. Okay. And you can send your form. You can email this form to somebody with a subject, write a subject of the name of the form, and I've invited you to fill this form, or you can just write your own thing, include form in the email. You can add collaborators, okay, and then you can just send it. You can copy this link, and you can shorten the URL if you want and paste it to somewhere else, maybe in your blog or website, so that people will fill the form. Or what you can do is you can just embed the HTML if you want, and you can share this to Facebook, Twitter, and tell your followers to fill this form maybe. So that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is to send the form. and you can make a copy of this, move to bin, print this form, okay, and